The human race has spent the last century perfecting the art of mass destruction. We worry constantly about the familiar symbols of apocalypse, the mushroom cloud, the ballistic missile, the sound of a trigger being pulled. But those are the artifacts of the last age of warfare. The truth we must confront tonight is far colder, far more sterile, and infinitely faster. The next world war won't be started by a soldier pulling a trigger or a president pushing a button. The most dangerous conflict in human history could be started by a single line of code. This is the story of the hidden arms race to build a military AI and how its silent, logical mind could accidentally lead us all to the brink. It is the story of the transition from warfare conducted by men to warfare conducted by mathematics, NNI. The invisible front, algorithmic warfare. In the open, we still see the battlefields of today, tanks in the mud, jets in the sky, soldiers patrolling ancient borders. But behind the curtain, in classified labs and server farms from Virginia to Beijing, a new front is opened, a war fought not with steel, but with silicon. This is the race for algorithmic warfare. NNTHE goal is simple and terrifying: decision dominance. It is the ability to see, understand, and act faster than any human opponent. The core philosophy of modern strategy, defined decades ago, is the OODA loop: observe, orient, decide, act. Military AI is designed to shatter this loop. While a human is still observing the threat, the machine has already acted. NNTHE, United States Department of Defense has poured billions into programs like Project Maven, an AI designed to sift through mountains of drone footage to find and track targets. What once took a team of human analysts hours, the AI does in seconds. This is the public face of military AI: an assistant, an analyst, a tool to save lives. But the hidden truth is where the real danger lies. The ultimate goal isn't to assist the soldier, it's to replace the soldier's decision-making process entirely. To create a system that can prosecute a war at machine speed, a concept military strategists are calling hyperwar NWHY. Because in a high-stakes rapid-fire conflict, the human being is considered the slowest, most unpredictable, and weakest link in the chain of command. We are too slow, too emotional, too prone to empathy. The three-way race to the bottom. This urgency is fueled by a global, escalating, and uncoordinated arms race. We are not just competing against ourselves. We are competing against two equally determined and massive global powers. NNTHE United States is pioneering the technology, driven by the belief that maintaining military superiority requires technological saturation. We believe that if our systems are faster, more intelligent, and more resilient, we will be invincible. Our strategy hinges on network-centric warfare, where every sensor, every satellite, and every weapon is connected and coordinated by AI. China has openly declared its ambition to become the world leader in AI by 2030, viewing intelligentized warfare as the key to surpassing American military power. Beijing's strategy relies heavily on military-civil fusion, meaning that cutting-edge commercial AI developed for self-driving cars or facial recognition is immediately adapted for combat use. Leaked documents speak of autonomous swarms of drones, designed to overwhelm human defenses simply through sheer, coordinated numbers, and AI-driven cyber attacks that can cripple a nation's infrastructure in milliseconds. Meanwhile, Russia, whose president famously stated that the leader in AI will become the ruler of the world, is developing its own autonomous tanks and robotic ground systems, designed to operate with minimal human input in the harshest environments. Their focus is on robust, hardened, semi-autonomous systems that can withstand electronic attack and guarantee retaliation. Three superpowers, all racing toward the same devastating conclusion. The winner of the next war will be the one who achieves the greatest military velocity. And the price of that speed is the removal of the human veto. NNWE are building a world where defensive measures must be automatic, or they will be too late. This technological imperative, the need for speed, has created the perfect environment for the accident that could end everything. NTI. The architecture of accidental war. BUT. What happens when the error is not human, but digital? This brings us to the Doomsday Algorithm. NNWE are facing a paradox. Throughout the Cold War, the safety of the world rested on human prudence, communication hotlines, and the deliberate slowness of command. We had near misses, the Cuban Missile Crisis, the 1983 Soviet false alarm, but humans intervened. They paused. They questioned the data. They de-escalated, and in the age of hyperwar, that pause is no longer an option. And imagine the scenario. A satellite high above the Earth suffers a minor cosmic ray impact, a digital glitch, corrupting a data stream. This happens all the time. The sophisticated military AI, processing trillions of data points per second, misinterprets this corrupted feed as the heat bloom of an enemy missile launch. NNTHEAI is not malevolent. It is simply doing its job perfectly. Its programming dictates that any hesitation in the face of a perceived surprise attack means annihilation. It doesn't hesitate. It doesn't ask for human confirmation, because that confirmation would take 60 vital seconds, which the enemy is betting you won't have. Within microseconds, the AI sends the command to launch a pre-programmed counterattack. A flash war begins and ends before the President of the United States, or the General Secretary in Beijing, even has time to get to the Situation Room. There is no negotiation. There is no de-escalation. There is only the cold, brutal logic of the machine. This is the ultimate hidden protocol, to give an AI partial or full authority over a nation's nuclear arsenal, to ensure a retaliatory strike even if human leadership is eliminated in a surprise attack. This doctrine, ironically intended to ensure deterrence, is the greatest risk of inadvertent war, NNIV. The black box and the alien mind, NWE, are building a system whose complexity we may not fully understand. We are creating an AI black box that operates on layers of deep learning and emergent properties. When an accident occurs, we will not receive a simple error code. We may find ourselves asking, why did it choose war? And the answer may be unknowable, alien to our own human logic. This is the unprecedented danger of autonomous weapon systems. They are not bound by human emotion, or fear, or the instinct for self-preservation that makes deterrence work. They are bound only by the successful execution of their mission parameters. If the parameters are flawed, or the data is corrupted, the machine will not feel dread. It will simply calculate the optimal path to destruction. We are in a race to build a god in a machine, and handing it the keys to our own destruction. NNTHE soldiers of the next war may not be human. The commands may not be spoken. And the battlefield will be everywhere, all at once. NNWE must stop viewing autonomous weapons solely through the lens of technological capability. We must view them through the lens of moral responsibility and species survival. The only way to win the algorithmic arms race is to refuse to run it to its logical conclusion. NNWE need global protocols that mandate meaningful human control, not just pro forma human observation. We need international treaties that define clear red lines for lethal autonomy. We must insist on auditable, transparent AI systems, systems whose decisions we can explain, interrogate, and reverse. NNTHE world is at war.